I've been sitting here like hyping myself up to do this video. I don't know why. I've spent like the last like hour procrastinating doing this video. Even though I want to watch One Piece right now, I think like I have less energy today. So I think I'm just gonna say that right off the top. Hopefully that energy will grow throughout the video, and hopefully the episodes are great and will keep me super engaged, and that normally energizes me as well. But I guess we'll see. This is One Piece. We're back to our One Piece reactions. This is going to be episodes 158 and 159. Something that I always think about is like I record these super far in advance for YouTube people because on YouTube we're like many weeks behind. So these episodes would be going up 156, 157, 158, 159. Okay, these would be going up maybe in the middle of August or so. Okay, so I mean, you know, never mind. I was gonna say like maybe by the time this goes up, the One Piece live action will have started, but no, I think we're still a couple weeks off by the time this is going up on YouTube, so never mind. I'm just excited about the One Piece live action, to be honest. I'm really keen to see how that goes, so I'm thinking about it a lot. But we're gonna get into One Piece anime today, okay? Just regular One Piece anime. So yeah, episodes 158 and 159, we're still in the Sky Island saga. We're going to be in that for ages, you know. I'm probably gonna spend months of my life. Maybe, I don't know, like, I haven't done the math on how long it'll take me to go through this saga, but, I mean, maybe it'll be, many months of my life. Maybe a year? Oh my god, it could be, I don't know. I think it might be a year in real time, depending on how fast I get through it. But regardless, I'm excited for it. Last time we had some kidnapping going on. They were going to get out, but now they seem like they're going right into the depths of where the priests of the, what are they called? The priests of the upper yard are. So, who knows how this all plays out? Let's just jump into it. Support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. And my Patreon account, which is in the description below. You just gotta scroll down, click on that link. That will have full-length reactions, which is wonderful. You can ask my patrons, they love watching the full length. And early access, so you can get the next several weeks of One Piece episodes right now on my Patreon account, so it's super worth it. And there's also a VIP tier, so if there's like a show that you really want me to watch like the first episode of or whatever and do a reaction to, you can join the VIP tier and request a reaction. But anyway, let's jump into One Piece. This is episodes 158 and 159. Here we go. Okay, oh wait, we got the narrator back, baby. I'm still doing my recap Rubik's because he's still recapping. Luffy, whenever people are just like, you gotta beat someone up, he's like, I totally get it. I don't need any more explanation than that. I'm on board. Okay, well, I didn't get that far through the thing. One side, the cube. Damn it. But also good, because we're jumping right into the episode. Walk? He hasn't really thought it through. Oh, hey. She came to help, I think. Yeah. Yeah. So she's got alternate, you know, intentions. And Luffy, I don't know if you could tell there. He gave her a look like he could. Lovely street. Aw, cute. Yeah, you're gonna be surprised once you see how Luffy acts. Everyone dies sometime, yeah. It's true. Luffy said, like, in early episodes, like, if you die in pursuit of something you love, that's the ideal way to die. Oh, people were partying because I think they know who they are. I mean, it was announced to people, wasn't it? I love that the white berets just crawl everywhere. Like, no matter what, whether they need to crawl or not. What is that? Oh my god. Why did you grab that? Oh, that's cool. It's like a way up into the shop. Oh. Well, that's still pretty cool. Honestly, you should probably check out the Dio shop in case there's something you might need. What the heck? It's like an art piece? It does look like an art piece. Vath. I feel like we've heard that before. I probably wrote that down already. I did write down Verth at some point. Okay, the gondola port. We're here. It's kind of annoying that it went from right to left on English text because we had to read the text backwards. Whoa! That's crazy looking. It's so colorful. Do they get a shitty little one? I imagine theirs is gonna be shitty. Oh my god. I mean, impressive he's keeping up with them crawling. The crow. I kinda like it. I like it. It looks goofy as fuck, but looks fun. Also, I don't know if you want like a large cumbersome ship. Oh. Is Luffy's danger sense going off? Like he knows it doesn't feel right. He's got good instinct. We know that. He may not be smart, but his instinct is on point. Oh, he just wants a different one. He still wants that one. Conus's voice actress is pretty good. Like, she's very subtle. But her line delivery is just, like, realistic sounding. She's not on board with the deception that she's doing. Yeah, he picks up on it. He's rolling well on his insight checks. Yeah, you're putting it together? Is she gonna flip back to their side? Our side, I mean. Oh, come on, Conus. Okay, well, you shouting is kind of giving it away. Moron. Okay. Alright. Oh. Oh. Yeah, she did. What's Luffy gonna... How's Luffy gonna react to this? Now, is Luffy gonna be like, that's fine? Or is he gonna be like, how dare you do that to our friends? Oh, well, she's a victim too. Now we need to protect Conus. We need to. She's whistleblowing pretty hard here. Yeah, good boy. Good boy, Luffy. He knows his priorities. Oh. Oh. Wow. So they're basically saying, like, you shouldn't have done that for us. Why did you, like, throw away your own life for us? Whoa. Whoa. Are we getting the abduction thing happening now? Like whatever that shit was? Oh my god! Directly onto them? Oh, they're probably gonna dodge. Oh, maybe they don't dodge. So what happens? Does it kill or does it like abduct? Looks like it caused damage. Maybe it like only killed Konis? That would be heartbreaking. Oh my god. So Konis and Luffy are gone. Oh my god. Whoa, hey boy! Oh! He saved us! Did they use the saving whistle or whatever? My man! It's on the house, really? Thank you. Oh, you're gonna protect her? Oh, what a good guy. So, did Luffy basically say like, I don't give a fuck what they're doing here? I'm not here to stop that. I'm here to get my friends back. That's it. Do you? Go. Whoa! Huh? Yeah, the Sky Knight is God? It's so goofy. Awesome. Awesome. Solid ep. I enjoyed that, especially towards the end. I mean, a lot of the episode was just them like walking and talking and stuff, but then like the end when we kind of have Konis's confession and God showing his power, and then Sky Knight coming, and then finding out that Sky Knight like is referred to by Konis as God. Like I wonder, was Sky Knight like originally the god of this land or whatever, but he's been replaced by this evil dude who is now acting as the god, and Konis, I mean not Konis, and Skyfall, I think his name's Gunfall or something. Let me just double check my notes. It would be even further back than that. It would be here. Sky Knight, Gunfall, and Pierre. Cool. So yeah, Gunfall, I imagine was like in charge somehow. He was the god somehow, and he was probably like a loving, protecting god. Maybe that's why the place seems so delightful, you know? Like it's like a nice little heaven cloud place. There's a place called Lovely Street. Like there's some nice people there. It seems like it's a good place that's been corrupted, maybe. So yeah, I mean, maybe he was God. He's not anymore. But Konis still knows that, like, that is him. It was just very nice that he swooped in there. He saved them. And I think they didn't even use the whistle that they got. Like, I think I thought what was happening was, like, Luffy at the last second was like, shit, I can't do this, and blew the whistle. And then Gunfall came in and saved them. But I think that didn't happen. He said, like, this one's on me or whatever. I think he's just a good guy who's helping them, you know? Like, I thought he was, like, an ultra-capitalist or something, you know? Like, I thought, like, he would only do it for money. But it seems like he gave them the whistle for free, and now he saved them once for free. Maybe he's never going to charge them ever just because they're doing the right thing, and when they're doing the right thing, he's going to keep helping them. It was very cool though, and it's good to, like, if Konis is being protected by him, I feel like she's in good hands, which is nice because I like her. I liked the scene of her like revealing that she had like betrayed them, and I liked that like Luffy was like, but you had to, like, you didn't have a choice. And I think it was Luffy, Sanji, and Usopp all at the same time was like, why did you tell us? So, which I interpret as like, you have just put yourself in danger by you know, giving us this information. You should have continued to betray us for your own protection, because your protection, your safety matters. We would have been fine. Like, I think the crew trust in themselves that, like, even if they're being betrayed and led into a trap and led into danger or whatever, they'll find their way out. but they don't want her to be hurt in that, and they will do whatever. So like, even when they were like confronting her about her acting weird or whatever, it was out of concern for her, I think, where like Luffy was like, why have you been shaking so much? He wasn't like, hang on, you're being suspicious. Are you betraying us? Luffy was just like, are you okay? You're shaking. Like, I'm worried about you, which I think is very sweet. That like the confrontation there wasn't them, like it wasn't this horrible reveal scene of like, I mean, they've been giving her like ominous angles and stuff for the past 2 episodes or 3 episodes, so like we knew she was doing some sort of betrayal of some form. But yeah, like I like that it wasn't just like a reveal of like, oh my god, look, she's evil. It was a thing of like, we knew kind of what was going on. It was mostly just like, where's it gonna lead to and how's Luffy gonna react to it. And he reacted well. I'm proud of him. I love Luffy. He's great. Okay, we're moving on to the next one. Man, when I was a kid, I hated Luffy. I hated him. Like, I didn't watch One Piece because I hated all the character designs and the few episodes that I did see. I did still see some episodes of One Piece, and I'm pretty sure most of the ones that I'd seen, I haven't seen yet in this show. I think they're in like the 300 to 400s episodes. So like there are still a few episodes I feel like that I've seen in this show that we haven't popped up yet, and they'll still be a little while away. But anyway, I hated him as a kid. Like, I thought he was annoying and stupid, and I hated his design, and I hated his powers. I always hated stretchy powers. I always thought they were stupid. Now I don't anymore. Now I think like Luffy's amazing and the powers are super creative. And I love Miss Marvel as well. Not the MCU Miss Marvel, although I do like the MCU Miss Marvel too. But I like her because of her actress, not because of her powers. But the comic book Miss Marvel, who like with her big stretchy powers and stuff, like I love her. So like maybe I've done a complete 180. This is growth, guys. This is how we grow and change as a human being. We accept that in the past we thought one thing and now we think another thing. We learn and we move on. Let's all work on our own personal character development. And let's move on to episode 159 of One Piece. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to continue the recap Rubik's that I was doing before. So I think it's pretty likely that I'm going to complete this one, I think. Unless it's a super short recap. But no, I don't think it will be. I think it's going to be long enough that I'm going to fit it in. What's the song they're playing? Weird like Beastie Boys beat? I'm kind of almost done this cube already. Yeah, I'm on the last step of this cube, so I'm absolutely completing this. For those of you who bet that I would complete it in this one, you were right. There it is. Done, baby! With plenty of time to spare. Okay, alright, here we bloody go. I'm surprised they're letting Luffy drive. That seems reckless. Oh god. Damn, are we there already? Yeah, it's grown. Of course they're not going to turn back. Oh my god. What a drawing. You guys will be right. Don't worry. Whoa! See, it's lucky you have a smaller ship. I was saying you didn't want like a cumbersome big ship. It's gonna be easier to dodge this stuff with a small ship. Oh my god. See, like the Going Merry wouldn't have been able to do this. Ooh, nice. Good job, Luffy. You're killing it lately. Nice. Nice! There will be. There's gonna be so many more traps. They keep reusing the same shot. You got Beyblades now? Aww. Yeah, I mean, it could be. Probably. Oh no! Good job, Nico. Oh, quick! Throw him up! A sky shark. Is he just gonna fight underwater? Or under cloud, I guess? Oh my god. Yeah, you should probably stay on the bottom of the stairs and fight him from there. Oh! Okay, Zoro's dead, I guess. Oh, careful, Luffy. That's funny. I mean, you guys are still dodging. That's pretty impressive. You haven't even really entered the forest yet. You're still kind of on the outskirts of it. Is Zoro dead? Or is he gonna like come out with a big fish? Okay. Now at least you can breathe. Oh, no, never mind. Not anymore. I'd love if one of you could help him. I guess maybe Nico Robin would be the only one. No, she can't swim. So, I mean, I guess Nami's the only one who could. But I don't know what she could do. Whoa! Just punched him? Didn't even use the sword. Learning from Luffy. Damn! Good job. Nami! Yeah, stop nagging him. He just survived a fight with a shark underwater. Damn, Zoro fan service. Hello. Nami seems like pissed at Zoro for no reason. Damn, Zoro, that looks good on you. That looks really cool. I like the little tank top. Oh my god. That is pretty cool. I know it sounds lame, Nami, but it is pretty cool. Your next guest? Oh, this guy. Oh, God. I like seeing stuff that she enjoys. Huh? As soon as she heard about jewelry. Yeah, of course. Nice. He's doing the, is that George of the Jungle? She'll find a way to catch you, I think. Like, she could extend hands upon hands upon hands coming off one of the trees to catch you, probably. It'd be tough, but... Catch her with hands. Yeah. Oh my god, that's kind of creepy. Oh, be careful leaving Chopper alone. Surrounded by water. If he just falls down the stairs one more time, he's dead. Chopper's dead. Be careful, Chopper. I'm scared. It's just hitting him. Yeah. Ugh. It looks disgusting. Nice. Punch it backwards into the giant saws. Just let it slice in half. Swamp ordeal. Iron ordeal. String ordeal. Ball ordeal. Huh. That sounds interesting. Okay. Pretty solid episode. I mean, we didn't make much progress in this episode, I will say. Like, Luffy's crew was kind of just going down the exact same strip for the entire episode. And Nami's crew, I would say Nami's crew, I consider her in charge there. Nami's crew were mostly on that sacrificial altar or whatever for a while, but now they're starting to branch out a little bit, which is going to be fun, I think, seeing them explore a little bit. They're a bit split up. Chopper's alone, he's in a lot of danger. But I think it's going to be fun having Nami, Robin, and Zoro all hanging out together and exploring a bit. And then the others are coming across, was it Swamp, Iron, String, and Ball? Was Ball the last one? I was trying to write them down while also reading, and it was not easy. And of course, Crunchyroll does this thing. Can I rant for a second? Crunchyroll does this thing where once you finish an episode, you can't like scroll back through the episode. You have to refresh the page. Like the player stops working once you finish an episode. So you have to refresh the page so that you can go to the part that you want. Isn't that insane? It's absolutely insane. Okay, so I'm scrolling through. Okay, so hold on. I'm clicking on the thing. 4 ordeals. Oh. Okay, string. Wait, okay, I'll just let it scroll through because I've got the episode up, so I'm just waiting for it to load. So there are 4 different sections, possibly leading to different places. Swamp ordeal, Iron ordeal, String ordeal, and Ball ordeal. Okay, so I was right. That's strange sounding, but I guess like is the idea? Are they gonna be like different tests that you have to do to get to God or whatever? Like they probably need to go through all 4 of them. I'm just thinking of it like a video game. Like you gotta go through one path and then it'll bring you back here, and then you go through another path and it'll bring you back here. Or are they all gonna choose? Maybe they split up and they go to separate ordeals. I don't think they can because they're on one boat, but maybe that could happen at some point. Or they just go down one, and going down one is fine, but for some reason someone does something that throws them back here, like someone purposefully forces them out and then they go down a different path or something. I don't know, but sounds interesting. Zoro seems like he wants to fight God, which is cool. I like how he was like, I've never prayed to God. Like he's acting so cool. And Chopper is just like in awe of how cool he is, and Nami is just like, oh my god, this is absolutely insane. I love Nami so much as a character. Like just her entire attitude is very funny and just like constantly entertaining, where she annoys people and nags them constantly, but I don't know, I don't get annoyed by it. I think it's really, really funny seeing how unreasonable she is sometimes, where like a lot of the time, you know, she is kind of the voice of reason, but at the same time she also just has such a quick temper that like that sometimes when she's telling people off for things that it's like it really doesn't matter. Like Zoro punched a shark, and she was like, why did you punch that shark? Aren't you a swordsman? Isn't that like a shame to your swordsman heritage or whatever? It's like, it's this really stupid thing to be yelling at him about, but it's just very funny, you know? And I think the underlying like message of her saying something like that to Zoro is like, Zoro, you're always so particular and serious about your pride and about like doing things the right way, but I just saw you break it right in front of me and you're not even saying anything about it. I think that's like, it's not a critique of him punching a shark necessarily, but a critique of how he normally is and how he's being a bit hypocritical about it right now. But regardless, it's just like very funny to see, like, that's such a stupid thing to bring up when they were 10 seconds before that worried that Zoro was dead, you know? So amazing. But there's nothing else to talk about in this episode because, as I said, they were in 2 different locations the entire episode. Like, each group was in 1 location the entire episode, and they kind of were reusing a lot of shots in this episode. So this would have been a kind of cheap episode to make overall, I feel like. But you know, hey, it's One Piece. There's over 1,000 episodes. There's gonna be some cheap episodes in there, and they're gonna reuse a lot of stuff. I just saw them reuse the same shot like 6 times in Luffy's thing, and reuse the same shot maybe 2 or 3 times in Nami's crew storyline. So, but oh well, it happens, especially with older anime, you know. With older anime, a lot of the time they reuse a lot of this stuff because it's also like, I imagine with the way that this is all like hand-drawn, you know, and it's like less digital, it's probably harder to replace some stuff, you know. It's probably much easier to repeat stuff than if you were doing it all digitally. It might be easier to like reuse a shot digitally, but change enough of it pretty quickly. I don't know. I guess I don't really know how the animation process works super well, but in my head, when switching to digital means that you can actually be kind of lazier in certain aspects and get away with it, and people don't even notice that you're being lazy. When an older anime like this, you won't get away with it as easily because people will notice that you've just copied and pasted the exact same shot or the exact same animation or whatever. Anyway, that's episode 159 of One Piece. I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure to support this video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. And my Patreon account is in the description below. It has full length, early access. It's super worth it. There's exclusive videos over there as well, and a VIP tier if you want to request a reaction from me. But thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye.